Hello, Spoon Universe. It's Mallory Diekman here at Kansas State University. So Halloween is coming up. It's next week if you didn't know. Check the calendar. And something that I always associate with Halloween, and I think I'm not the only one, is Harry Potter. And one of the most distinct Harry Potter foods is butterbeer. So today we are going to be making butterbeer cupcakes. And not only are the cupcakes going to be flavored in such as butterbeer, but we're going to decorate the cupcakes to make it look like it's a mini little glass of butterbeer. So it's all Harry Potter all the time. One of my friends, Kelly, is coming. She is quite the Harry Potter enthusiast, and we're really going to have a fun time together today. So to start off, we are going to be making little white chocolate handles for our little mugs. And what I have right here is just a pan that I turned upside down. Then I have some tin foil and I put some nonstick spray on it. And then in my janky double boiler, because these pans don't properly fit together, I melted about half a cup of white chocolate. A double boiler is basically one pan with boiling water and then you put another on top. You could also do this with like a glass bowl or something if you didn't have two pots to do it with. And we're going to scoop this into a Ziploc bag that I have in a cup. Oh gosh, white chocolate everywhere. Hey, we gotta be making a mess, right, friends? That's my specialty. Okay, so there's our white chocolate. It's very warm. Be careful. If you have a piping bag, you could use that too, but I just have plastic bags and it works just as well. Now we're gonna do a tiny little cut because we want to make sure that we don't get too much white chocolate. And then we're just gonna pretend to make a little mug handle. Wow, that's warm chocolate. Be careful, friends. If I had oven mitts, I would use them, but mine aren't full mitts. So we're gonna kind of make this work. Alright, so I started with like a little rectangle, and then we're gonna do like a little, oh my gosh, I'm really burning my hands, but it's okay. Hands of steel, power through, power through. There we go. So it's gonna be like a little fun white chocolate thing. There's two schools about white chocolate. One group of people, they may think that white chocolate isn't real chocolate because there's no cocoa in it. It's just vanilla flavoring. Another school believes that it is. Art Smith is one of those schools that believes that white chocolate is chocolate. What do you guys think? Do you think it's real? I think it is. I think you can be whatever you want to be white chocolate. You want to be vanilla? Cool. You want to be chocolate? Cool. It all works. This is really getting a little cooler, which is good, but that also means that it's going to be cooling and it's going to harden. So I want to make sure I do this kind of fast. And really it can be whatever you want. I mean, we're not going to use these handles because, I mean, the cupcake would definitely fall off of them. But whatever you want to design it as is totally up to you. And this recipe is going to be making 7 cupcakes, so I'm just going to make 7 handles right here. But you can double it, triple it, half it. Actually, you can't half it really because there's an egg in it, and I don't know how to make half an egg, but if you do, go for it. Okay, so now that I have my fun little handles here, we're going to put them in the freezer, and they're going to set for us.
What else could you do with the rest of this white chocolate?
You could design the top of your cupcakes with even more if you like. Make some more handles. Just eat it out of the bag. I will do that. It tastes delicious. I used Ghirardelli. Did a little splurge for the white chocolate. But any kind of vanilla baking chip, that's what the generic brands say. You can use that. Alright, now that I've gotten a little bit of a sugar rush from that white chocolate, and we have our handles done, we're going to start the cupcakes. So in this bowl, I have half a cup of granulated sugar. We're going to be adding 1/4 cup or half a stick of melted butter. We're going to whisk it up with my handy-dandy whisk. And it's kind of going to look like wet sand. And the important part is just incorporating and adding a little bit of air to our sugar and butter. That looks about right. There we go. It's like wet sand.
And for those who are just joining us and are very confused, what are we doing?
Yes, of course. So much confusion. Okay, so we're making butterbeer cupcakes today, inspired by Harry Potter. And we're going to decorate the cupcakes to look like a mug of butterbeer also. So it's going to be the visual and tasting components of butterbeer. And in this little bowl here, I have sugar and melted butter, and I mix those together. I'm going to add 1 egg. Some people say to crack the egg in another bowl. I like to live life on the edge. So I just cracked it in my bowl on its own. We're going to mix that up. The last component of our liquid part of our mixture is going to be some cream soda. So this is going to really be a nice reminiscent flavor of what butterbeer is. Looking at recipes, or if you've been to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, butterbeer usually has some kind of butterscotch component and then cream soda and then usually some kind of like ice cream or whipped cream with it as well. So I have some cream soda and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. We're going to add that right in. If you can get your hands on like a butterscotch cream soda, that's going to even be closer to the flavor components. Then again, I mean, I didn't go to Hogwarts, so I don't know exactly what it tastes like. But Kelly, who will be my guest later, actually went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and she tasted butterbeer there. So hopefully she'll give me a good idea if I came close to the flavor components or not. Alright, so now that we have all of our liquids, we're going to add half a packet of butterscotch pudding. This is going to help get us that nice butterbeer flavor. And the nice thing about this too is the pudding is going to add some moisture to our cupcakes. They're going to be kind of dense, but really, because we added the cream soda, they'll have a nice rising and fluffy component as well. They're going to be like the perfect, everything you look for in a cupcake. That's what we're going to hope to accomplish today. I hope to accomplish that every day, but with this combination, we're really going to get close. All right, so now that we've added the butterscotch, smells butterbeery, we're going to add some flour. I have 3/4 of a cup, and then I also have 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and that's going to help react with our cream soda to make it rise. And then I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt to kind of offset all the sweetness. I like to add salt to everything that I bake. Even if the recipe doesn't call for it, it's really going to change the flavor components that you have. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Alright, and we don't want to overmix this too much because we all know we don't want a tough cake. We want to be tough cookies in life, but you don't want to taste a tough cake. It's not fun. So we're just going to mix this until all of the flour is incorporated. The nice thing about this flat whisk is I can scrape the sides and make sure that we get all the flour. Let's stick on the sides and also on the bottom. So kind of maneuver that around. All right. So that's what we have. We have a little bit of lumps of flour here and there, but that's really going to dissipate when we put it into the oven and bake it, and we don't want it to be overmixed. Smells butterscotchy. I'm excited. Okay, so now the next component is to put it in our cupcake tin. And because we're going to decorate these cupcakes to make them look like butterbeer with buttercream frosting on the sides, I'm not going to put in liners. If you don't want to do that component of the decorating, you definitely can use liners. But I've got handy dandy non-stick spray with me today, so it's going to be okay.
How much did you say all of these ingredients were together?
It's probably going to be around $15 or so, but that's going to make you multiple batches because you are using only half a packet of the pudding mix. You're only using 1 egg. Like, these are things that are really cost effective, and you're going to get more recipes out of them than just 1. Okay, so I sprayed 6 of my cupcake tins. I'm going to do more like 6 large rather than like 8 smaller ones, but whatever you want to do is completely cool. And at my house, I have a nice little ice cream scoop to make sure everything is even, but I have this spoon ladle thing, so we're going to use this instead. I'm going to do nice cups. It's going to be probably about like 1/3 of a cup to 1/2 of a cup, depending on how full you make it. That looks good. They're going to rise a little bit, so we don't want to fill them too much, but it's totally up to you. This looks really good. I sometimes debate just, like eating this, but then I'm like, no, it's going to be even better when I bake it, and there's going to be a bowl and a spoon to lick, after you're done. So just bake it and enjoy both. That's my motto of life.
If you wanted to make this cupcake extra sweet, what would you add?
Well, the butterscotch pudding and our sugar is going to make it nice and sweet, but you could always add honey or maple syrup is actually sweeter than sugar. So if you add those, you're going to get, in the same amount, the same quantity of 1/2 a cup, then you're going to get even sweeter a taste than what you would with just regular sugar. But we're also putting buttercream frosting on this, and buttercream frosting is known as a sweet frosting, so you're going to, I promise you'll get sweetness. I'm going to even out these little make sure they're all kind of close to each other. But hey, I mean, if you get the bigger cupcake, no one has to know. All right, now I'm gonna, yeah. Okay, if your batter tastes good, it's gonna taste even better when it bakes. And I like the taste of that batter. So we're off to a real good start. My oven is preheated to 325 degrees. These will bake for 20 to 25 minutes, depending if you went for 6 or if you went for 8, and your oven, everyone's oven is different. So just keep an eye on them. Started at 20, you can always add a little more time. If they burn, you can't take away time. It's pretty sad.
And for those who don't know, how do you test it to know when it's done?
So I like to push the top of it, and if it springs back at you, then it's definitely done. But if you want to be sure, you can always put a toothpick in the center, and then if it comes out clean, I like to have it come out with a little bit of crumb because the cupcakes will actually continue to bake when you take them out of the oven because of the heat of the pan. So if there's a little bit of crumb on that, that's okay because it will cook all the way through once it is out of the oven and sitting there. All right. So now that we have our cupcakes, we're going to get started on the buttercream part of it. Add some more sugar for those of you that have a sweet tooth. And my friend Kelly's going to join us for that. And I think she's around. Akio Kelly. Oh, I dropped frosting everywhere.
Hello!
There she is.
Hi!
This is my friend Kelly. We met
Hi, what's up?
2 years ago now.
Yeah.
We were in a play together. We were sisters. It was a really good moment.
It was fun.
And friends ever since. Theater
Yeah.
brings people together.
Theater.
All right, you ready to make some buttercream?
I'm very ready to make buttercream.
Okay, well, Harry is also ready to make buttercream naturally. In this bowl, we have a stick of softened butter. It's unsalted, and we have a little bit of vanilla, probably like a teaspoon. And we're gonna have a handy-dandy hand mixer.
Ooh.
I don't have a hand mixer here at school, so I had to borrow one from one of my friends. Grant was on my show last week. If you saw us make Krabby Patties, kind man lent me this lovely hand mixer. And we're going to put a little bit of air into our butter. If you wanted to make it a traditional buttercream, you could also do half shortening, half butter. But I like the taste of butter. It's really good. Sometimes shortening can put a film on your tongue, depending on what kind of sugar you use. So I'm just going straight up butter. Plus, that's all I had in my sorry. That's okay. Okay. Look at that.
Look at you. You're a
It's
master.
butter. Oh, the hand mixer is a beautiful
Butter.
tool. Yeah, it's in the air, you know? Okay. And if you don't have a hand mixer, you could use, oh shoot, we're good. You could use a wooden spoon. It's going to take a little more time, a little more muscle, but hey, if you got the time and the muscle, I say go for it. Or you could build the muscle
You could
by
churn
doing
it.
it.
You could churn
Churn
the butter
your
in the
butter.
backyard like I do every morning.
Yeah, Kansas, man. You never know.
I'm wearing these glasses that look like a toy.
No, you're great. I hope you can see
And
out
these
of
are
them.
Harry Potter glasses. Yeah, I can see out of them. They say Harry Potter on the side. If you look
Did you get those in the
closely.
Wizarding World of Harry
No,
Potter?
I didn't.
Oh.
My friend got them for me for my birthday at like basically like a junk drawer shop where it just had a bunch of random stuff.
I wouldn't call
so-
that junk. I think
I don't
they
think
they
it's
didn't know the
junk.
treasure that they had.
No, they
there.
had no idea. But yeah, it's making my vision a little.
I think we need 20/20 vision to make these cupcakes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, so I'm slowly going to be adding 2 cups of sifted powdered sugar. You don't want to add it all at once. We're going to be wearing it. But thankfully, I have a white shirt, so no one will know.
Lucky.
Except for me, maybe. And maybe you friends at home. We're going to start mixing it up. You want to keep adding that for me?
Oh, good lord.
Just a little bit at a time. I trust you. You're good. You got this.
I'm gonna mess it up.
No, you're not. I got your back.
Okay.
We're good.
Just know if the whole thing goes in there, I didn't do it on purpose.
Okay, that's okay. We'll make it work. We'll improv.
Improv!
Okay. Oh, no, that's good. That's good. You're doing great. Keep going, Parker.
I make very weird noises when I'm under stress.
Stress. No, this is an important part. You got it. You got it.
You got it. No!
No, you're okay. You're okay. Look at cloud. It's magic.
It's magic! Wingardium Leviosa.
Naturally.
Naturally.
You're almost there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did it, friends.
Woo!
All right.
That is delicious.
So it looks kind of like dry sand. Before we had wet sand. Now we have dry sand. So we're going to add a little bit of milk. And this will go a long way. So we're only going to add about a tablespoon at a time. And if we need a little bit more, we can put more in there. But this is going to help it come together. I mean, it's butter and sugar. Who doesn't love it? There it is. Oh, yes. This is what we're looking for. Look at that. That little bit of milk just, like, changed what we had in
It
this
changed
bowl.
everything.
Okay, now I'm going to do it a little higher.
I got to witness that.
You saw the birth of it.
I did. gorgeous.
Yum. That looks pretty. Look at
Oh
those
my gosh,
peaks.
that looks beautiful.
That's a peak, friends.
It's a peak.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Wow, this is a very top-heavy.
Thanks,
oh,
Grant.
no, it's okay. We appreciate him.
It's okay.
I'm afraid of like how to get
I
this.
can-
This says turbo, so I don't think that's
Do
how
it. Do it. Turbo.
I don't even know how to press. Okay, well, what am I gonna make it?
Put
work
on my
with?
safety goggles
Oh,
again.
naturally. Okay, so what we're gonna do with the buttercream now is we're gonna split it into two different. Split it.
Split it.
Actually, I want to use this. We're just gonna make a mess. This is a clean counter, and yeah,
I like making messes.
naturally. Okay, that's one of my favorite words today.
Naturally.
Apparently. So we're gonna split our frosting into two different bowls because we're gonna make one of it a little bit of yellow to make it look like, you know, the outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a caramely color, and then the other one is just gonna be regular vanilla. So you get to do the honors. We're not gonna need a lot. It might be a little more yellow than caramel, but that's okay because
It's okay.
you know, I mean, this stuff
Just
goes.
remember, kids, don't eat the yellow snow, but you can eat the yellow frosting.
Touche. Okay. You want to mix it up? I think that might be enough. This stuff is so, like, potent that you don't need a lot.
Potent.
Yes.
It's potent.
You can also do, like, natural food coloring. I know beet juice works for red, like a natural red velvet. I'm not sure
Right,
what you could
true.
use for yellow. Do you want a little bit more?
I don't know.
I think
It's-
we want a distinction between the two.
Yes,
So I
quite.
think quite.
Distinct.
Yes, distinctive.
Yes. See about stirring.
Or stirring. Yeah, we'll do one more.
One little
It
drop.
can be a little more like, you want a golden orange color, kind of. You
What
go with
houses are you guys representing today?
I took the test online on Pottermore because I am an adult and I am a
And that's what you
Gryffindor.
do when you don't want to do homework.
That's what it's exactly what you do when you don't want to do homework is you go on Pottermore or you read your book
One more.
and J.K. Rowling's quiz that she made said I was a Gryffindor. So,
I think
woo!
I was a Griffin puff.
Yeah, that's what I am too.
Naturally.
Naturally.
We're sisters. We
We're
told you
Griffin
this
puffs.
Griffin
Yes.
puffs.
I'd say you have a little bit of Ravenclaw in you.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
Not like
Not like an excessive.
not like excessive.
Not extra. Okay,
no,
that's good.
but like you're very organized and you're a good leader. So
Cool. It's touching. I don't know if it's the
And
sugar
I'm just
talking.
crazy.
Like, no, you're beautiful.
I haven't had any sugar, so
Well, thankfully we're gonna give you a lot.
actually I ate like 7 Starbursts before I came.
Well, you need the energy for the
Yeah,
show,
I
you know?
needed the energy.
Okay, so we have a nice difference between the two of them. You can always add more. If you want to add a little red, it might give it a more of an orange color. You know, those colors that we learned in kindergarten and how to make
Yes,
the colors. It comes into,
important.
it always comes into play. Okay, so we're going to make our own piping bags again. And this time I have these fun little,
Aww.
this
Princess,
one's
it's
Tangled. This one's Ariel, my roommate Madison. These are hers. Thanks, Madison. Okay, so you're going to do the yellow and I'm going to do the white. The white. Okay. Great.
How do I do this?
Okay, don't worry, we're gonna get through this together.
Okay,
So
I'll just.
I'm gonna
stop.
we're just gonna put this here. We'll end those later
Serve
if we
it.
please. But what you're going to do is to make it go down to the corner and make sure all the air is out. There you go. That's good.
No, the air is not out.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, well not all the air is gonna be out though because we're gonna cut the corner off. Don't worry, it's coming.
Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna come out the wrong end. There's so many things in life.
It's gonna be awesome. Don't worry.
I'm gonna lose some viewers.
No, you're not. You're gonna gain all the viewers as I point my scissors at the
me.
viewers. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just cut a little bit bigger than we did for the white chocolate, but not too big. And now I have.
It's a nice hole.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, you're great. You're awesome. Okay, so these are our cooled cupcakes. And I had them upside down because I flipped them over. That non-stick spray, it really saved us. Do you want me to show you what you're going to do? You
Show
want
me.
to just go
No,
for it?
you show
Okay.
me. I can't just go for it. You don't want that to happen.
Yes, I do. You just got to be free and trust yourself. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go along the sides. And it's going to be kind of looking like the ridges, like those mugs, you know, when they get frosted and stuff. Do you see that? So you just go push it and then
Excellent
stop.
technique.
And then stop. You want to do it? I believe in you. We have so much buttercream, so many cupcakes. It's going to be okay.
But what if I?
You won't. You're going to do great. And I'm going to be here for you with my
And
wife.
then
Yeah,
stop.
stop.
Oh,
Yeah, you
no.
can go a little farther, but that's okay.
Okay.
Hey, it's gonna taste good. No
Do
matter
it.
what. Yeah.
Stop.
There you go.
Oh,
You're doing
okay.
great. Okay, and I'm going to. My hole will probably be about the same size as yours. We're gonna make this part be like the foam on top, you know, and it looks. Oh, yes, you're doing great. I liked your twirl technique.
Did you like my
That
twirl
was good. That was really good.
Good.
Excellent. I think Harry approves.
I think he
he's
would.
over here. Come on, Harry. Oh, I raped him a little bit. That's okay.
Aw. It's okay. He'll be fine.
We'll put him
He's
on.
been through worse.
He has. What's a little bit of a tear when you have?
When you have a giant scar on your forehead.
There, he's just hanging out
It's
with.
from a murderer
Tangled.
wizard.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
Sorry, how's
I
that?
like it. No, that looks really good.
Looks pretty.
So this is a little more yellow. Some people might want it a little more gold, but hey, it's like frosted, so it looks a little bit white and yellow at the same time. And what we're going to do now, I'm going to just flip this over. It's a nice little stand. Yeah, if you want to eat it, go for it. You got to decorate one more though, because there's two of us.
It's okay. I'll decorate plenty more.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is like little dollops all around the side. This is going to give us that foaming look that we get from the butterbeer. And that foaming comes about when you add, you know, the ice cream to the soda, the butterscotch. I don't know why I went to like, that was not even British.
Soda.
That wasn't even British, that was like Cockney.
That's how I
think.
learned how to do my British accent, was by watching Harry Potter movies.
Wow, that's good. That's
You know?
that's what you should do. Okay, so now I have all the little dots around, but we have some more cake showing, so we're just going to cover that up. Just a pinch. We're going to keep going all the way around.
This is very therapeutic. Like, I feel very...
Baking has always been a
at
therapy
ease.
for me. Like, I mean, there's one thing to have food therapy that you eat, but it's a whole nother one to like make the food. And then if you want to eat it, go for it. Or you can like share it with people. I like to do that too. This is like, I'm going to fill this in a little bit. How you doing?
I'm very
You
proud
good?
of this.
Here, I have another bowl. We're
I
going to
don't
make more of a
like-
mess. Naturally.
Naturally.
Okay. Do you want to grab the white chocolate handles out of the freezer?
Of course.
I think they would set by now. And we'll set a lot faster than one may think. Yeah, it's a little cold in there. Be careful.
They look excellent. It's a little cold.
It is. I love just decorating with frost. Look at them. They look kind of like the Big Dipper.
Yes.
But it's going to work for us. Okay,
Ooh.
I mean, if you want to eat some of that, you can, naturally. All right. Oh, and because of
Yep.
that nonstick spray, they came right off. Look. It's all handle. I like
So
it.
cute.
I might actually, like, let's see. This one's a little bigger, so I might break. Okay, I'm going to break it. There we go. And we're just going to put the handle part. Right? Oh, it's miniature. Oh, it's sad. There we go. There, it's like a little teacup.
It's so tiny.
Look, it's so tiny. Let's see what this one does for us. Oh, that one broke too because I broke it too much. There we go. Always happens, right?
Mhm.
I mean, as much as a stout cupcake can look like,
Like a cup of butterbeer.
I think that's pretty close.
I would say that's pretty
And it
close.
looks good. Okay, should we go in? You good with the frosting? Your
Yeah,
your
I know,
appetizer?
I was like,
How are the questions out there? Anyone got Potter questions? I can
I
try to
know-
answer them.
I know
She went to the
everything.
Wizarding World, so she
I
knows
did.
more. Okay,
Oh, I'm gonna...
just go for it. You're gonna get frosting on your hands when you do this, but it's okay. Cheers.
Cheers!
Yum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna eat the chocolate first.
Oh. There's a lot of frosting.
Mmm. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does that taste like butterbeer? You went there.
I know. I have to taste like more of the cake part, but I think... most
Don't
of the
worry. Whoever
frosting-
asked for more sweetness, like you're gonna. Get
You were gonna get a lot.
But it's balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it kind of tastes like?
Yeah.
Which is
think
good. Also, because of the butterscotch, we have a nice like caramelization on the bottom. It's great.
Delicious.
All right. Well, if no one else has questions, we're just gonna keep eating this, and we'll see you next week, 5 o'clock Central Time.
Central
Who
Time.
knows what we'll make? Nobody knows.
Okay.